is ready for Tidy Up Tuesday. Woo, we are back. Hello. Oh my goodness, Sandy from Oahu. I want to be with you, Sandy. That sounds wonderful. Oh my goodness. Hi, Cherie's here, Judy's here, Sue, Suzanne, Courtney, welcome. We are back for another episode of Tidy Up Tuesday. And I have a few more tips for you about scanning and organizing photos. And some of this may be new to you, but some, what I'm hoping to do is kind of take, yet one more step into, how we get our photos organized, scanned. That's always one of those three things that I tell you to do with your photos, which is print them, print your photos. That's number one. Have a backup and a cloud, some kind of a cloud-based storage, and then also have a hard copy. You're printed as your hard copy, a file on your computer, whether it's an external hard drive or whatever kind of drive you have, or your computer, but you need the third type, which is the cloud. Okay, so print, computer, cloud. Computer means it could be a hard drive, an external hard drive too. Not that we're going to kind of go all into that, but we talk a lot about how do we keep ourselves organized and what is the best way to keep our photos organized. And one of the best ways to keep them organized is to first make sure you have them secure. So those are the three ways. Industry experts say to make sure you have those three ways of storing your photos. Okay, so an actual printed hard copy of your photos, a copy on your computer, that's the one we usually work with and manipulate, and then also just some kind of a cloud storage. Okay, I don't know why we jumped into there, but my brain went there today, this morning. But today we are going to talk about a little bit more about scanning and organizing photos and the Epson Photo 680W, which is the one that I unboxed last week. So if you missed it, you can always catch the replay of the unboxing, and we went through glitches and all how to set that baby up. So today what I learned, because I went and I said, you guys ask me your questions, I want to help you, let's learn this together, because I'm totally learning this right now. So how do we learn it together? So ask me your questions. And I wrote it down. I only found 2 questions, you guys. So I hope you brought some with you. And welcome. Natalie's here. Carolyn, Shirley, Michelle, Ramona, Sue, Belinda, Jean, Joe, Amy, Gina, Michelle. Welcome, Lisa, Martha. Oh, and Net's here from Chicagoland. Barb, Mary, Bobby Ann, Courtney, Suzanne. Oh, it's so good to see all of you guys. Welcome. Okay, so 2 questions I had was, why change the name of the folder? Diane, I think you asked that. And for me, that's just an organization thing. You do not have to change the name of the folder. If you want it to say Fast Photo, keep it Fast Photo. It's just a personal organizational thing. So that's the first question. The second question actually got me on quite a long rabbit hole this morning. And so it's actually a really good thing this happened. The second question was, can photos only be imported onto the computer? So last week I shared how we scan the photos. We put the photos in the scanner, and then I showed you how that showed up on my computer because I had the scanner connected to my computer. And then so I'm like, I don't know. Let's go check it out. So I actually found that there is an app. Okay, so if you have an iPhone or an iPad, or I'm sure this will work for Android as well, you got to go to the App Store. It's pretty cool. And so there is a little app, and I put it on my phone this morning. And so I've just brand new to it. See right there, it says Epson Fast Photo. Okay. Now, here's the trick. That little app was a little bit of a bugger to get installed, because what you have to do is get your phone talking with your scanner, and there's quite a few little steps with that. So if you are not super duper techie, I can't take you through that again because I already did it. But if you're not super duper techie, you may need to call in some help, you know, like a small child, like you were telling me on Friday night scrapbooking, right? Find some of that help to get you to install the app, because basically what, going through that this morning, what that app wants you to do is take your scanner, right? So I have good stuff to talk to you about today. Whoops. Here's, you know, the scanner, right? And then on the back of the scanner, there's like information that they want you to put in. But, you know, Epson is really good. They prompt you every step of the way and tell you like what button to press and da da da. The only time I got tricked up and I had to call my husband is they do want you to make sure you have a 2.4 megahertz wireless Wi-Fi. So you have to have, let me back up. You have to have Wi-Fi in order to connect your phone or some kind of a device to your scanner and not use a computer. So this is like, how do you use this without a computer? And actually, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'm going to show you a little bit more. So, so you need a Wi-Fi, but you need a 2.4 megahertz, whichever one it is. You can't have the 5 because the scanner, it's not supported. So you have to know your, let's see, what is it? What did they ask for? I think your IP address and the passcode. So you kind of have to have that little bit of tech information, because basically what you're doing is you're allowing your phone and your scanner to talk across your home's Wi-Fi system. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So you need to give passwords and so on. And that was the trickiest part. Once I got past that, now my scanner and my phone talk to each other, which is really fun, because the interface through the phone is a little different than the interface through the computer. And so has anybody here, have you done this yet? Is this new? Have you done it? Do you understand? Any thoughts on that yet? Let me know, because I'm kind of, you know, if you've done this, I might have to help, might have to call a friend and ask for help. If not, we're going to get through it, and I'm going to kind of share a little bit more. Before we jump in though, I also just want to remind you, this is how you can find me. So I noticed I had some new folks from last week and from Friday night scrapbooking. So welcome if you are brand new here. And it's always great to see new folks, and some of you might go, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. There's so much information, but hopefully you can just take it step by step. And we break it down. So really, last Tidy Up Tuesday and today, we are really just digging into this scanner and kind of why have this scanner, and a little bit of how that can help us get organized. Okay, so there's how you can find me. And then what I want to do is dig into a little bit more about using the app to scan, and I'm going to show you how that works. But before we do that, I also want to do a little rewind. And who was here? Who watched Friday night scrapbooking, where I was explaining how to do power layouts? Anybody? You can give me a thumbs up. So if you were here, and saw that. So that was okay. I see a few of you. I'm getting a few of those. Yes, I was here. Okay, so power layouts. The reason I'm bringing that up and kind of what I mentioned on Friday is that to me, this whole process is kind of connected, like scanning your photos, organizing your photos, and then creating your albums. Because really, truly, my end result, I want to share the things that make it easier on us to create albums and make sure that we have the photos where we need them, when we need them, and all that good stuff. So I just want to mention during Friday night scrapbooking, I shared that there were, hold on a second, let me get you back one. Here we go. There were different ways that you could do a power layout. And so the box was the horizontal method. We've talked a lot about horizontal versus vertical right here in Tidy Up Tuesdays, right? And so I couldn't believe, like, it didn't even occur to me, but I want to give a shout out to Tammy K, who left a comment right after. She's like, oh, I just missed the live, but I want to make a comment. I love doing Lauren's third method, which is a vertical type of organization for the power layouts. And I use the sort and stash binder. Okay, why didn't I think of that? So Tammy, thank you for the heads up. I mean, some folks were like, oh yeah, I like the vertical, but I'm afraid that when I take it to a crop, all my photos are going to slide out the top, and I need something with a zipper. And oh my gosh, this is perfect. The sort and stash is perfect. So I just wanted to share with you kind of how I haven't gotten very far. Remember, my goal is for, I can't remember when, pop crop, or I said, I got to have my album ready, but I've started my power layout. And so you can see this is kind of that vertical flip through using the power layout boards and 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. And these are just placeholders. So I've gone ahead and selected which photos I want. And so this is the left side. This is the right side, right? And then when you put them in a binder like this, okay, so you can flip through and kind of get an idea of what photos you're going to have on what pages. Of course, if you want to slip in paper, stickers, something, or most important, memorabilia, if you want to add that in here, that's why I love the 12 by 12 format. And so then, ta-da, you zip it up. Especially wonderful if you are going to a crop, right? Okay, is that awesome? And then you've got your power layout on the go, in the binder, ready to go. That's such a great idea. Why didn't I think of it? Okay, so thank you, Tammy K, for mentioning this method with the sort and stash binder. Okay, so try it. Of course, I think this is great if you're on the go or just are worried that things are going to fall out the top. I also just do love the little mini pod as well, which is what I shared before, the 2003 mini pod. And so you can just keep them in here as well and flip through them that way. So I just wanted to kind of backtrack, go through that again. Also, I mentioned on Friday night scrapbooking how much I love these little bins, and I found where they were. Thank you, Donna. I said, Donna found them. Okay. I'll just give credit where credit's due. Donna, she found the link on Joanne, and they were on sale. I don't know if they're still on sale. Maybe they're still on sale. Check it out. They're, oh gosh, now I can't remember the name of them, but they're little tiny bins. I love it for sorting. So I have my library of memories, my giveaway bin, and my toss bin. And it's just so great when you're going through stacks of photos to have these. And then you can just pop them in here and you're set. and ready to go. So I just wanted to share again the little bins. We always love talking containers, right? Don't we? And where they're from. So these are from, oh my goodness, these are from Joanne, if you want to grab some. It comes in a pack of 3. And I just ordered more because, you know, I just love them so much. Anyhow, okay. But they were on sale, so get them on sale. Okay. Yes, right, Annette. So awesome idea. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. All right. So what I want to do today is, so I wanted to kind of go through the little bits that I missed. Make sure you know about the sort and stash binder, still currently available from Creative Memories, the layout boards, and then of course the scrapbook pages are from Samsil, and these are linked on my favorite things page on Amazon. Okay, so I don't use these to actually scrapbook in. These to me, I love their products for organizing because you know, they're really inexpensive and just great to have. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're welcome. Isn't that fun? I know. I know. I can't wait to, it really makes me want to power layout more, Annette. It does. Because it's so fun to flip through them too. I like the notebook idea. Okay. Let me switch over to the overhead. Well, let me talk one more thing. So in the process of scanning, and again, I'm just kind of barely scratching the surface. So I'm in this with you. We're doing it together. These are some of my takeaways so far from 1 week, only 1 week, right? And I haven't even had a whole lot of chance to do it. It's really important to sort and purge ahead of time, right? So when you are getting ready to scan, you want to have done that ahead of time. So, and that's what I'm using, again, my little photo folders for. And so I have March right here ready to go because I took out my duplicate. I use my little bins, right? I took out duplicates. I took out ones that I was not going to use. I took out bad photos. Those went into the trash my toss bin. And then like if there was a picture that I thought, no, I'm not gonna, that I don't need that. That's more of a family, that's a giveaway. So you definitely have to do that work ahead of time. But all the other photos are right here ready to get scanned. And then do you guys see what I added to my photo folder? Ta-da! I just wrote on the front of my folder a little box and then next to it scanned. And so as soon as I have these scanned, I'm going to check that box, right? So use your folders as, you know, a way of kind of keeping track of everything. But then what's really exciting is as soon as I've got them scanned, I'm ready to put them into my power layout. So do you see how this is all kind of fitting together? So right now in my book, I've only got up to February because I haven't scanned March yet. So you can do 2 things. Like once you've scanned your photos, if you're not ready to power layout or have them into put them getting yourself ready to do the album for them, you can just leave them in the photo folders and you've got a note right here that you've scanned these photos, and then these are all in, you know, in order by theme, by month, whatever. You know, I've got another folder here that says that I haven't scanned yet. It's called bath time. So, you know, when I get that one done, it'll be in here. This one, no, not that. I've already done those. Okay, so that's another little tip. Use your folders. You know, write in pencil. You can always erase them and have those ready to go. Okay, and Amy has a question. My year subscription is due on March 11th. Oh, it will automatically renew, Amy, if you've already got a credit card associated with it and the credit card is still active. It'll just automatically renew at whatever rate you joined at. So it's just set. So you're good. Okay. And we're going to talk a little bit about something else too, which pertains to that. The second thing I want you to note, my takeaway, is that it's really important to maintain your files on your computer. So if you're using your computer, you want to, remember I showed you how those go into a folder. You want to make sure that once you've added those to your photos, you go back and delete them, or you're gonna start filling up your hard drive, right? You're gonna start all those and pictures take up a lot of space. So once you've added them to your photos program, whatever you're using, and you've seen that they're there, go back to wherever you have them stored, wherever, when it can, if you're using your computer, when it connects from your printer, your scanner, to your computer, and it goes into a file. Remember, we showed that last week. Go in and maintain it. You got to get rid of them, put them in the trash, delete them. Okay. You don't want to just keep all these photos on your computer, because then you're adding them to different places, right? So you want to get them into your photo software and then off your computer. Okay, that was my second thing. And then the third thing is to keep that big picture in mind. Okay, so how are you using these photos, right? If I'm scanning my March photos, I know that not all of those March photos, and this is what I kind of talked about a little bit on Friday with power layouts. The before, we were like, I gotta scrapbook every photo. I gotta scrapbook every photo. And I want you to step back and keep that big picture in mind, which is, I don't have to scrapbook every photo. I want to scrapbook my best photos so that I have time to scrapbook the things that are truly meaningful and important for me. So even though I'm taking the time to scan all of these March photos, that doesn't mean they're all going to end up in an album. And secondly, some of these might end up in my family album, but then there might also be library of memories themes in my March photos that it would be better to put in there. And I talked a little bit about that, like, is this these are pictures of my kids and my pet. Is this better in my family album, or would this be something that I could put in the Pets We Love album? Because we really don't need them both places. And if it feels like those photos are going to kind of be standalone, and that's what that power layout process helps you see, is like, where would those photos end up in my album? Then maybe I move them to Library of Memories. And that was one thing I ended up getting out today, was my little box of, I have a, I don't think I've shown this to you. Hang on, let me grab it. So one of the things I put in, I love these 5x7 boxes. So I have one that's called Pets We Love. And because I love all, I use the inside of these boxes for other things. So inside here I have, and the pods, these pods fit perfectly inside here. And so in my Pets We Love, I have photo folders for all those pets. So today, like when I was going through that, I took out some of my Misha pictures and I actually put them in my little Misha file, because I wanted that to be in among her photos for my Pets We Love album. Okay, so just another organizational tip, because, we love to talk about that. Okay, show and tell. Yes, that's right. So let me just check in. Okay. Oh, Mary Jo's having Wi-Fi trouble. I'm sorry. Okay. So Carla's here. Yeah. Okay. Fun. And Annette says she also marks on her folder which album pictures went where. I'm thinking school and Christmas books, so I know if I need to make duplicates for different projects. That's awesome. So I'm thinking you're mark on here, right? So yeah, you got to use it. Mark it up, make your notes, because those notes are so much better than trying to remember, right? You've got to, put it in there, or you could put it in your pop planner. Okay, so keep that big picture in mind. Why scan? Another reason I wanted to mention, we talked a little bit about this during Friday night scrapbooking, is also once you scan your photos, right? So once I have this digitized, my Photos program I can take advantage of AI or artificial intelligence to say they're going to recognize this as Ellen. And when this is not digitized, I would have to sort through physical photos to find pictures of her. So to me, even though I have a printed photo, having a digital copy is awesome if I ever want to search by person, the tag of the person. I can search by Ellen, I can search by Audrey. So once I scan these in, then my computer I get to take advantage of AI, artificial intelligence, so that my computer can start tagging these as people. That's a really quick, easy way to tag them. And remember, we've talked about how amazing the search features are in our photos programs. And we might have to get into that another day. I'm going to give you a really big tip I've talked about in my pop group, but today I'm going to give you the tip for photos. But it's a big topic. Okay, so, woohoo! Yes, all right. So Belinda has a question. If we put scanned photos in iPhoto, yes, then you can delete the folder that the scanned photos went into. Yes, ma'am. You don't want to keep them because they're going to start taking up a lot of room. Okay, so does that make sense? So keep the big picture. How are you going to use them? Are you going to put them into a power layout? Are you going to store them in your photo folders? Do you need to reprint them? Do you need to enhance them? How are you going to organize them? And woohoo, you get to take advantage of the AI features from your photos programs. Okay, so I'm going to just put those right in front of me. And I'm going to switch over to my overhead camera and share a little bit more. You're funny. It's like I just bought it before it sells out because Lauren's talking about the Sort and Stash right now. I don't know what their stock is like on that, but good idea, Natalie, right? Okay, so what I want to share is the system, how the system works via app. So the question was, do you need to use your computer in order to connect your scanner, so you can put photos, so you can scan your photos? Do you have to have a computer? The answer is no, but you do have to get the app because, like I said, it has to connect the scanner with your phone via Wi-Fi through the app. Okay, so as I mentioned, I downloaded the app, and I know this is not the best way to show it. I know there's another way. I got to learn how to do that, like plug the phone in so you can see my screen better. But what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, that will be better. And then I'm going to show you my app. So we're going to just kind of do it this way. So when you add the app, like I said, there's a little bit of setup. And then what you do is you hit scan photos, this big button right here. And what's kind of cool is that just like we did on the computer last week, you do the same thing. So it has year, month, and then subject tags, Valentine's Day. And then it has advanced options. And I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. What's advanced options? And this is auto rotation. That didn't work so well for me. I still had to flip some photos. Curled photo correction, reduce lines and streaks, auto enhance, remove red eye, restore faded color. So these are toggle switches you can turn on and off. And then apply these enhancements. You can click directly to the scanned photo or to a second copy. And just for maintenance sake, I'm just going to have those enhancements go to the scanned copy, because I know even with that, I can still fiddle around and enhance my photos. Then the photo type, it'll ask you, you know, what kind, if you have a special kind of photo, just a standard photo, instant photo, like a Polaroid or a panoramic. And then this was a new one I didn't see, 300 DPI or 600 DPI. Well, if I get a choice to bump it up, now again, do this only if you have the storage capabilities on your computer or in your iCloud, you know, what, or your cloud. I bumped it up to 600 because that's going to give me more editing features. I hope you guys can see that, see the resolution. But once again, if you don't have that storage on, say, your phone or your computer, then just keep it at 300. 300 is perfectly fine for 4x6 photos, okay? And then it has the option here if you want to scan the back of photos, you know, so you can toggle this on. This is what we were talking about also. If there's handwriting and different things like that on the back of photos, you can scan the back of those, which is pretty cool. So those are the advanced features, advanced settings, and then you just click done. So what I just did February Valentine's Day and blah, blah, blah. So what I want to do is actually now switch this, because I'm going to scan my March photos. So I'm going to switch that to March. And this doesn't have, whoops, hit the wrong thing. This doesn't really have a theme. These are just March photos. So I'm going to take away the subject tag and just have year is 2003 and March. And then it'll show up right here. Okay, let me see if you can see that. Okay, so you just, instead of typing it on the computer, you just open your scanning app and then add that information there. And then you want to take your photos. Okay, so I have my March photos, and you're going to want to put them in your scanner. So last week we got some of our photos kind of stuck, didn't we? And what I have is these are all 4x6 photos right here, and these were photos. This is how kind of crazy we were. 2003, 2002 and 2003 is when we were switching over from film to digital. And so that was kind of a crazy, like, let me just say, we lost some digital photos because it was kind of a new thing. And where do you put it? And, you know, we just didn't have the programs that we have now. And so these 3 photos I actually printed at home, but I don't have I couldn't find the digital file, which was interesting. So these are kind of a different size and feel of photo. Maybe we'll find them on some random, you know, flash drive or something. So I put the other ones in, one second. Hold on, let me zoom out just for a second. If I can give you a little more view on this. Just got to connect my camera again. It's having trouble. There it is. Okay, here we go. All right, so now you can kind of have a better photo there, better picture. And then, whoops, let's go back to the scanner app, right? So I've got that set in as March, and now I'm just going to hit the blue button that says Start Scan. Okay. Now, do you see how slow this is going? Remember last week how fast it was? It was like pew, 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 pew. That's because I changed the DPI. So this is 600, and you can see it's scanning a little bit slower, right? So how the resolution that you choose on your scan quality is going to affect how fast this goes. But look how fast. That's still going pretty darn fast, isn't it? Okay, so while that's doing that, Jamie has a question. Just so I have it correct, you would delete the photos in your native folders if you have put them into the Photos program. Absolutely. Yes, Jamie, you do not want them taking up space on your computer. Okay, you want to get rid of them. Because once they're in your Photos app, they're in your Photos app, either on your phone or on your computer, on your iPad. And once they're in there, they don't have to be, you don't have to store them anywhere else. Okay, so while I was talking, did you see how that now populated the app, and now it's showing all the photos that I just scanned? And it says 18 photos are scanned. Do you want to scan more photos, or do you want to finish? Well, I want to scan these last 3 photos that were kind of on that different paper. I just wanted to, make sure that there was no trouble. So I kind of have to adjust this a little bit, because they're not quite a true 4x6. So I'm going to put those in there, and then I'm going to hit scan more photos, and then it'll scan those last 3 photos for me. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so, and you can see because of the higher resolution, it's taking it a little bit longer, but it's still pretty quick. Oh, and Shirley said Wi-Fi versus direct connect may also affect speed. Great point. Yes. So the fact that now I'm using Wi-Fi, it's going across the Wi-Fi instead of being plugged directly in, that may also be affecting the speed. Okay. So now I have my March photos scanned. I'm going to put them back in here. And what am I going to do? I'm going to check that box, my friend, that I have scanned those photos. Okay. So let's go back to the app. And now we see that 21 photos are scanned. I'm going to finish because that's all I have for March right now. When you finish, it'll take a minute to process, and then now it comes back to the home screen, and it says now I can view and share my photos. Okay, so that's what I want to do. I want to go, oh, what did I just do? What did I just put in there? So you can see that auto rotate does not work very well. So easily though, you can hit that edit button, and it has the flip option just right here, right at the front. And then you can hit save. And so it's just pretty much that quick to flip your photos and then save them. Okay, so this one, edit, I don't know. So if you don't want to have to flip, you probably want to just take a minute, put all your photos the right way. But I wanted to show you how, how easy the app works for that. Okay, so here's all of my March photos. The next step then is I thought, how do I get them into photos? I don't want to leave them here in my app. I want to make sure that they go into my photos so that then I know they are there. So what you want to do is hit your select button, and you can, I think, yep, you can hit select all, which is, it'll show you right here. So there's March. Do you see right here? It says March. And then this is February, where I've already put February in because I was practicing. So here's March, and then right here it said select all. So I hit that button, and then you've got your little hamburger, your 3 little dots down here in the bottom corner. Okay, so in the bottom corner, you hit the 3 dots, and I could not figure this out, so I did have to go ask my small child son, where's the Photos app? I don't see it. Doesn't say add to photos. It doesn't say add to photos anywhere on my list. I can't find it. Lo and behold, so then of course he figures it out. When you hit this very first bar right here, save 21 images, when you click that, it goes to photos. It doesn't say that, but it does. It goes to photos. Now, let me also just show you, if you have Dropbox, you can share it, you can save it to Dropbox, you can save it to Pinterest, you can print from here also. You can add it to a shared album. So if you're on an iPhone and you have shared albums, you can add it to a shared album. So there's a lot of different choices here. And then you can also use your apps. So if you have Google Photos, you can share it there, or some kind of other app. You could also use one of the app features to share it to. So that's pretty cool that you can do that all right here from your phone. Okay, so just to prove my point now, I'm just going to switch over and go to Photos. And do you guys remember? These are the ones I was just flipping. So here they are. They're in Photos. Right here. So I have verified they are in my Photos app. So now you can go back into your app. You know, so after a photo session, after I've done this and I've gone in and I've checked it, I would go in and then delete those photos from my app, because again, I don't want them in my Photos program and also in the app. So that's that maintenance part. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And then I'm going to look at I have a couple questions, and then I'm going to tell you my other little tip, which you're going to love too. And Sandy says, yes, it's still faster than manual lay down on a printer glass. It sure is. Laureen asked, has anyone tried to scan photos from the 70s that were printed on textured photo paper? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, no, Terry, I would still have both. At the very beginning, I was talking about you should have your photos 3 places. You should have a hard copy of your photos. You should have a copy on your computer, like where you work with it on an external hard drive or on your computer's hard drive. Or we have what's called network attached service. What is it? It's a NAS. We call it the NAS. So it's a bank of hard drives that has redundancy. So if any one hard drive crashes, we don't lose anything. So that's how we back it up physically here at our house. We have a NAS system, and we also have cloud storage. And then I have these printed. Okay, so 3 places. Good point. Cindy, aren't you supposed to load them upside down in the scanner? No, on this one, it's actually, you can see it was face up. Oh, load them upside. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I got you. You mean like the photo upside down? Yes, like you would load it this way. Okay, I thought you were meaning this way. So yeah, so if you loaded it upside down, then they would come out the right way, I guess, right? We could try it. Let's try it. Where did these come from? Let's see. Oh, these were February. Okay, we'll try that. I think so. It's upside down. So let's put those in there and then go back to the scanner app. Scan photos. So I'm going to just put these in as back to February. Done. And then start scan. Let's see. I think this is what you mean. Will it scan odd sizes? Yes. And then there is also a little folder kind of thing for delicate photos that you can put them in for that. Okay. Thank you, Mandy. Network attached storage, NAS, N-A-S. Thank you. Yeah, I just call it the NAS. It's the big thing that's in the basement in a big cage. Okay, so I'm going to say we're finishing, and yes, look at that. Thank you, Cindy. Look at that. So they're all upright. One more thing. So view and share. So now those last 4 that I did, they're all done upright. Okay, there we go. Great point. And you can see, like, to me, I do like the quality of those 600 DPI are fabulous. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a reminder on the front of the scanner. Photos face up, top edge first, and a document goes face down, top edge first. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, friends, so here's my last tip for today. And if you are a Pop Live member, you guys have heard this one. But going through this process, what I was realizing in my photo library is that I needed, I was kind of getting lost of, actually, you know what I'm going to do is share this. It shows up the same on my phone and on my computer, but I want to do, now let me just, I'll show you here first, then and if I need to show you on the computer, I will. I was kind of getting lost of, in my library. So I was going to search, and this is 2003, and I'm going to see all. And what was happening is I was scanning these photos, and then I was like, I was like, oh, was that a February photo or was that a March? Now, the nice thing is, since we are scanning, we are tagging those scans with the correct date. So when I selected 2003 for my camera roll, guess where all my scanned photos are now? They're not just in recents. When we looked at them, they were in recents, but now I'm in my library, and this is my 2003 camera roll. And so when I was scrolling, I was realizing, oh my gosh, I can't tell again between my months. And then I remembered, oh, right, we have these fun little pictures that I created for my pop group that you can add into your camera roll as a designator of your months. And so let me just show you. So now I can see, let me go a little bigger. Here's January, scroll up, there's February, scroll some more. Whoops, missed March. So there's March. So here's the March photos that I just added into the camera that I just scanned with you guys. And then here's April and so on. So for those of you who did not see that or were not in my Pop member area, these are free for for Pop Live members, there's a download there. And what I wanted to do was kind of just take you really quickly how easy it is to use this process, because it, again, that organization is so helpful when you're scrolling and kind of trying to go looking at your physical photos and going, okay, did I get those in there? Okay, yeah, those were April, so I can see, oh gee, I don't have all my April photos because here's April and here's May, right? So I don't have a whole lot of April photos. I need to make sure that I've scanned all of those. So it's this whole kind of integrated process. You know, what can we use to help us keep organized? So what I want to do is a quick little screen share and just let you know, if you're not in my Pop Live group, okay, in the Pop Live, it's in the downloads section. If you're not, I've also added these pop markers. I'm calling them pop markers to my exclusive downloads section. So you can now just grab these as a digital download. So there's no tax or anything. It's just a quick little digital download, and it's the pop markers. And this is my monthly set. Okay, so it's a rainbow January through December monthly set, and they're sized so that it works with your camera roll in little squares. I'm hopefully going to have some more like year markers in, like, you know, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, like the 2000s markers and so forth. But I just haven't had the chance to do that. So this originally, I had kind of been hearing people talk about this, and then Stacy Julian shared how she did this, and I was like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I have to do this for my own photo library. Okay, so now we're in my photos library on my computer. And again, you can see how those markers right here just really show up and show how you can designate the months. And they're very colorful. They're really pretty. And what you want to do, so there's May, so on and so forth, you can see. So here's how that works. When you download the pop markers to your computer, you want to keep those in a file folder. Okay, so let me see. I think I put mine on my iCloud drive. So here's my folder, and it's called Pop Markers. And you can see I created them in 2022. So the actual tag of these quote photos is 2022 in September. So what you want to do is you want to grab those markers, okay? And then for me, I'm just going to put, I'm going to do share, and then I'm going to add them to photos. Okay, now if you're on a non-Apple device, you're going to just share it and put it wherever your photos are. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to photos, and I'm going to go to recents, because these are all going to go in here as recents. And let me see, I think I'm hoping this is not, yeah, okay, so this is the last set, because the ones I just showed you, I changed the dates. So when you import them, they're going to show up in your recents, or, you know, as your last imported photos. And then what you want to do is change the date. So you're going to double click on the square to bring it up, and then over here, well, let me close that. So in photos, there's an information panel. On your phone, you would scroll up at the photo, and then you can change the information. But basically, however your Photos app works, you want to get to the adjusted, be able to adjust the date and time. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is the January, so I'm going to change this to January 1st. And let's do, I have not done 2023 yet. I just did 2003. But let's just say I want to do a new set for this year because I haven't added those in. So then I'm going to change this to 12 o'clock a.m. It's really important you change the not only the date to the first of the month in that year, but also to change this so that it's the very, very first photo for that day. And then you hit adjust. Okay, so now when I go to my library and I can scroll up to January, and you can see now my monthly marker or photo right here, January 1st, is now sitting as the very first photo of this year. Okay, so that's how you add your monthly photos to your camera roll. So then you would go in and click on the next one, December, right? Go to the date, double click, and this is going to be 12/1. And again, I'm doing 2023. So every year you can do this. Yeah, it's a little time consuming, but let me tell you, you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. And if anybody has done this and loves it, put it in the chat and tell them they're going to love it. I got to change this to AM. Okay, so it's just that simple. So I have to remember to come back in here and switch all of those, but then you can, you get the idea how to do that. That little tip is super, super helpful for keeping your photos organized and that visual reminder of you know where your different cutoffs are and what you've scanned, what you've not scanned, and so on. Okay, so does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I love having the markers. Yeah, Cindy, thank you. Yes, she loves them. Having them ready, right? So, okay. That way, so easy to just see as you're scrolling where your months begin and end. And then, as I mentioned, let me show you. Oh, cancel my library. If you go back, let me see. 22. I want to just show you what the yearly marker is going to look like. Would be that. Just like that. Okay, so these are the yearly ones. Like I mentioned, I don't have all of those done yet, but you know, as you can see, I like color, so there you go. Oh yeah, and Terry said you could print and scan those markers with old photos. Absolutely. Okay, and Cindy, the Epson that I have is the Fast Photo FF680W. And you can find kind of everything that I use. There's a link if you're on Facebook, so there's a link below the video that takes you to my Amazon, my favorites on Amazon, and you can just click that link, and it'll take you right into the all my different favorites in there, and do that. Okay, and Jenny says she has small black and white from the 50s. So yeah, you can scan this. This adjusts the tray adjusts. You can use, you know, different sizes and so forth in the scanner. So you can do different sizes. I wish I had one. Hold on, wait a second. Let's see if I can grab one. Well, how about this? I don't have one of those handy, but look what I did find. I found a Polaroid. I would love to scan this. So let's try it with the app. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to do it upside down like we talked about in there. So let's go back to the app. And this time what I'm going to do is advanced option. I'm going to select instant photo. Okay. And then I'm going to hit done. And this was, I don't even know when this was. Ellen was little. Wait a second. I bet she was 2 or 3. I'm going to have to guess. There is no date. I don't think there's a date on this. Nope. So I'm going to have to take my best guess. And I want to say it's going to be summer because she has sandals on. And let's guess 97. I'm going to say it's 1999. It might be yeah. I think it's 1999. Okay. Close. I may have to adjust that one, but let's start the scan on that. See what happens to a Polaroid. Oh, yeah. Oh, Cindy, awesome idea. Okay, so Cindy's saying she scanned the 8x10s of her kids' sports photos, and it's so awesome to have those now in her Photos app. I can imagine, right? So I'm going to hit finish, and we're going to take a look at that one little, oh, I think I put it in upside down. I'm going to have to get used to that, but it is really easy to rotate it. Okay, so here is the, it doesn't let you zoom in on it, but that is a pretty darn good scan, if you ask me. I'm going to save that image. Let's pop over to Photos and take a look at that. Oh, why do I have 3 of them in here? I don't quite know. So here we go. Wow. There's the scanned image. There's the original. In the Oscar Weenie Mobile. Ellen didn't know what to do about that. Okay, so you can see old photos, Polaroid photos. It'll take different sizes and, you know, easy. Like Cindy said, she even put her 8x10s in there. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Okay, how do I keep Photos app from identifying the markers as duplicates? Oh, Angela, you're going to give me a question you're going to stump me on, aren't you? Yeah. Maybe once you change the date, it won't see them as duplicates. I don't know. That's a really good question. But it might be just some you know, so that's a new feature for Photos, is that you can look, it'll identify duplicates. So maybe if the date is different, I'm thinking might be the way. So another question, can you make color corrections on the phone? Yes, I believe that. Well, I don't know about in the Epson app. Let's see. Oh yeah, it has correction. So it does have some correction features right here in the Epson app. But of course, as soon as you move it into Photos, you have a whole lot of editing capabilities as well. Okay, and then Belinda, when you scan a smaller photo, can you convert it to 4:6? You can easily do that in your Photos app, right? So if I want to edit this, Okay, I'm in the scanner app. Hold on. Let me go into photos and let me pull this one up and we're going to edit, and you want to hit the little crop button. Now on the it's here. So on the phone, it's this little cluster up here. On the computer, it's a little different place. But I think what you can do, you want to do, let's say, 4x5, right? And then you're going to want to make that a horizontal. And so you're going to lose a little bit of this photo, just like that. And then, so you have to zoom it in so you don't see the, the white spaces. Have to move that where you want it, hit done, and now that is sized as a 4x6. Okay. So you can do that quickly just with the editing, and then hit the little crop button, which is this little button down here. And then again, the little cluster up at the top, and then it gives you what ratio. Basically, it gives you, these are the ratio. So a 4x6 is a 5:4 ratio, but you could choose a different ratio if you want. Okay. And then if you ever want to just revert it, you just revert to original, and you've got your original scan photo back. Okay. Good questions today. Man, you are getting me today. Okay. All right, friends. So once again, if you like the pop markers, those are available at craftsomejoy.com with the exclusive downloads. Okay. And just remember, you only need one. Okay. You only need one that you can use over and over and over. Just change those dates. Okay. So I think we're good, my friends. And that was a lot. I'm just going to stop there so it can all trickle in and absorb. And I think that was kind of a good second step for learning how we can use our phone. So Cindy, do you use your phone? I'm just kind of curious. Do you use your phone or do you use your computer? I think it's a toss-up for me, like which one's easier, but I can see how you could just, kick back and not have to have a computer, just have your scanner hooked. I mean, you have to be near your scanner because you have to put your photos in it, but it's pretty easy on the app. So I like it. I like it. And don't forget, look at how pretty those are. You got to go get them if you don't have them. And then if you are a Pop Live member, just look into the download section, and maybe now if you missed that episode, you know how to use them. But also in the Pop member area, we went over digital organization for 2 sessions, 2 different months. So tons of information there. You hadn't downloaded the app. Okay, so give it a try. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I hadn't even thought about it until I got that question. So I'm glad we were able to figure it out. Okay, friends. As always, if you're watching this on replay, still say hello and leave your comments. And if you have questions, hopefully we can answer them on next Tidy Up Tuesday. And Cindy said she did find setting up last week on the computer to save automatically photos when she scans. So does it say it saves automatically to photos? I'm thinking is what you're saying. That's awesome. We'll have to find that button. Okay. Just a quick reminder, if you didn't get a chance to see Power Layouts last Friday, that video is also available for replay both here on Facebook and on YouTube. And that is easy to watch. I'm ready for you to watch and learn that pretty awesome technique, because that's a a game changer when you're trying to organize your albums. So remember, all these different pieces kind of work their way together to give us the whole process, right? And I think that's kind of what we need to, keep focused on, is the whole process. And then putting all these different pieces into place just helps us get that process down faster and easier. Okay, Cindy said yes. So it's in the scanner settings. Thank you, Cindy. You're going to know more about this. I'm going to have to bring you on and you can tell them all about it. So next week, I will probably be taking a break from scanning and coming up with maybe another little tip for a tidy up. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but just keep an eye out on Facebook and you'll get the post. And it comes on YouTube as well. And yes, Judy, I agree. It would be nice to digitize 12 by 12 pages. I have my eye on a couple scanners I've been hearing kind of talk about, and I think we talked about it in one of the last pop crops, that there is a scanner bed now available that has a 12 by 12 bed. And it's a little pricey, but I'm thinking like, wow, would it be nice to actually, if we really want digital copies, wouldn't it be nice to have, a DIY system for digitizing our album pages? That'd be kind of fun. Okay, so yeah. Yay! Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. And Belinda, thank you. Your thumbs up really do mean a lot to me. So thank you for saying that. And that does always just mean so much. So thank you for taking the time to let me know if you've enjoyed the video. And Donna, the app that we were using is the Epson Photo Scanner app. So you just download that from the App Store, and that works with the Epson FF680W scanner that we've been talking about this week and last week. So yes. Okay. Thank you all, friends. All right. So we've shown how to do Polaroids, how to do different size 4x6s. We'll have to get back. I'll have to find maybe a photo with a little bit of a grain, and I'll just come back and touch base on that in the beginning of next Tuesday and see if I can find some photos that maybe are a little different texture. And we'll start off and do a little roundup about what we learned about that. How's that sound? Okay. So until we see you next week, there is, again, the power layouts. And then there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, Pop Crop is this Saturday. So you guys, I have a really exciting announcement. So if you've been kind of listening in and following the last few crops, we have our resident expert, Julie, who is going to share about how she uses Evernote to organize her scrapbooking stash. And I am so thrilled. Okay, so Julie has agreed to work with us this Saturday on using Evernote and sharing her tips and tricks, because she is a master at it, my friends. So you do not want to miss this Saturday at the crop. We start at noon Pacific and go until 4. And again, if you have any questions, that's just my Pop Live membership. You can find that on my Craft Some Joy website. So stay tuned. I know Mary's like, yay! I know I've been wanting to learn this for a long time. So I'm really excited that we're going to use Julie's expertise, and you're going to love it. Okay, so that's Saturday. Next Tuesday, we'll be back here for a tidy up. And then let's see. We'll just keep going from there. Just keep hanging out and check Facebook, and you'll see what I'm up to. So we will see you next time, friends. And until then, I hope you take time to craft some joy. So bye for now.